Hello and welcome to TimeWarp, a gold source project made by Cambreaker, a former FPS creator user. And we're starting out with a cutscene, that's a good sign.
Patient 84, come in. 84, do you read? It's Jay.
Still alive, yeah. Where the hell are we anyway?
You should be next to a mining facility that holds one of the time crystals we're after.
Should? Are you really sure this works?
Pretty good animations and voice acting going on here.
There's a 0.4% chance that you might have ended up in another dimension.
Alright, but just so you know, I'm never going into that machine again.
Shut up! Someone's coming.
So, Peters, you dragged us all the way here for what?
Listen, Campwell, the boss told me we have to go to this mining facility. Apparently a few dozen workers went missing all of a sudden.
Wasn't that just a rumor, though?
Yes, but we have to check it out and investigate. Well, unless you want to end up without a job. You know how our boss is.
True. Do you know exactly what's going on there?
No. That's why we're going there. Don't sweat it. Shouldn't be anything more than just finding a couple of bodies and figuring out what happened.
Cute animation.
Whatever you are, come out with your hands up!
We ain't afraid of putting a bullet in your head, you know!
Chill out! Don't shoot!
Who the hell are you? This is a closed-off area!
Listen, you two are gonna think I'm crazy, but...
We're from the future.
From the future? Interesting.
Shut up, Peters! This is another one of those freaks again! Get the hell out of here before I shoot your brains out!
What the hell are you talking about?
Calm down, Campwell. He looks pretty legitimate to me.
Listen, I've just had enough of these people claiming to be from the future. You just can't be too sure, Peters.
What are you doing here anyway, space guy?
We're in search of a time crystal, and one of them is supposedly inside this mining facility. Please help us. It would be really appreciated.
All of this sounds like a load of bullshit to me. Why the hell would you be looking for a crystal here of all places?
You know, I did hear of some sort of powerful crystal being here. Maybe we should give him a chance.
How do you hear about a crystal being there?
Kidnap us and bring us to the future.
That's not exactly something you overhear in a tavern.
You know what? Let's go, space guy.
Voice acting is really great, by the way.
One thing you gotta keep in mind is that we don't know what's going on out here, space guy. So take this gun. Oh, and don't question why I got two of them.
I like the sense of humor in the game.
We're gonna stay here and try to figure out what's happening. Good luck.
It's very cartoonish, but not over the top. And here we are on TimeWarp. And right off the bat I can tell that this does not only look good, I mean you wouldn't immediately say that this is made in an engine from 1998. Thanks to the cartoon visuals. But it also controls really great. Motion, the sense of momentum, the feedback from jumping and everything. It's a lot better than Game Girl and FPS Creator, of course, but it's also better than most indie Unreal Engine project. Here we have our first enemies.
Damn, what is going on here?
I wish I knew.
Solid AI.
Any information about this case?
Probably from Half-Life, so yeah, duh. But still.
I'll try my best.
This is a standalone game. You can download the demo in the... Whoops. Take a little dip in the lava here. Yeah, but as I was saying, you can download the demo in the description. I like that the creator used a lot of classic FPS creator sounds in the game. Now you can think of FPS creator what you want, but a lot of the assets really stood the test of time. Still being used in a lot of projects. I like the layout of this cave level. It's very polygonal, but also very winding and organic looking.
Damn, what is going on here?
You can probably tell that I don't play online games anymore because I no longer have those Twitch reflexes.
Time crystal without getting yourself killed. Okay?
I'll try my best.
Excuse me. That's another FPS creator sound. The animations for the weapons are also really smooth. Come on, there we go. Yeah, this looks like I just bought it from the store, or some kind of indie game, or maybe a full release back from 2003. It really doesn't have an hobbyist vibe to it. It's all very polished, very concise, very well made. There isn't anything sticking out to me that tells me, yeah, this is a really old engine, or this has been made by one person probably with a lot of friends, so he's not doing all the voice acting and animations, I guess. But as far as I know, this is a mostly one-person effort. And this is really what I love to see when someone has been using the game creator's engine, like FPS Creator, Game Guru, what have you, and then proceeds with the passion and proceeds doing something really cool in another genre. Sorry for the background noise, I'm recording during daytime and normally I'm doing it at night, but yeah, I just had a couple hours free, so I decided to do this. But there's a lot of traffic outside. The level design is really well made, how it sends you around the level. Now for a demo, maybe a mine level wouldn't have been... I wouldn't have chosen a mine level for the demo, because I know there are a lot of jokes about sewer levels in video games, but mine levels are like right next to it. You have a lot of those as well. And it's not the most interesting environment, even though this is designed really well. It gets a little bit more interesting later on. Another thing that this shows is something else I like to talk about, which is that you should pick the technology that you need for your game, that you can work in. It doesn't always have to be the state-of-the-art latest AAA engine. Because I see a lot of people who come from little hobbies tools with smaller projects, and then they go into Unreal or into Unity, and they try to make this gigantic open world game, and you can see a couple of updates for a few weeks, for a few months maybe, and then eventually they just stop completely, and that's just unfortunate. So I'd rather see something like this, which has been made in gldsrc, which is ancient, but looks really good, plays really good, and it's just a fun game. And I guess that is what it's all about in the end. That's cool. Of course I fucked it up. But it's still cool.
Time crystal should be near.
And we have the obligatory glowing crystals. Can't have a cave level without them. Ah, flashlight. Animation sounds is all really cool. Also how they repurposed the old Half-Life code. I also like that they took the time to include puzzles, because if you just run around and shoot guys, it gets boring and repetitive really fast. You gotta break up the gameplay, have some pacing, and it's all done exceptionally well. As I said, this is a hobbyist project, and you really can't tell. It looks like a Unity project that has been made by a small team for a long time. Not a gldsrc project that has been made by a very enthusiastic hobbyist.
Look, that might be one of these detectives we met earlier. We should help them out.
Oh no, that's my bot. It's my guy.
Glad to see at least someone in one piece. Listen, Peters ran away, and I've been trying to find him for a while now. It would be great if you helped me with finding him. How many of these bastards are there?
I also like how simple this game is. I find that a lot of more modern releases are needlessly convoluted. Yeah, I'm not able to get to that health pack. Yeah, almost.
Boss isn't gonna be happy when he hears about this.
That's not really my concern. I'm from the future. Nope. Would be cool if that worked, but it's okay. And we have bullet holes, a feature that is still not included in Game Guru, and will never will probably. I don't think they have it in Max either. But then again, Game Guru Max is a travesty in general. I'm backtracking. Oh. Or not. Ah, you can break the box. Totally stupid. And I didn't get that health back. I must have overlooked it when I played the game. I'm recording this afterwards. I know that is frustrating to watch. Oh, you can give the enemies. That's cool.
This place is total chaos! What the hell is going on here?
I wish I knew. It seems all the workers went absolutely nuts. Now, don't worry about Peters. He's done this multiple times already and somehow hasn't ended up dead yet. I mean, he's a nice guy and all. He just really gets on my nerves sometimes.
I like the puppeteer type walking animations.
So why are you looking for these crystals?
That's a really cool style for such an old engine.
It's not for the money or anything. It's a long story.
We need it for a time machine.
Time machine? Huh. Interesting. You know, Space Guy.
There's another
I'm
Gold
sorry
Source
for
project
doubting
that looks really good
you.
called
I've just seen way too many people claiming themselves to be from the future.
Call of Fear.
You seem different, though.
Is it Call of Fear?
Fine, I guess.
That sounds retarded. It's
Just glad
probably not
you
Call of
didn't
Fear.
shoot my ass.
Cry of Fear, yes. And it's going in the other direction. It's trying to be more, goes more in as photorealistic as you can be in that engine, and it's interesting to see this going in the cartoon style.
Okay, give me a break.
There's also really good use for it, especially for solo development.
In a cave full of psychos of all places.
Everyone shut up! Peters, you see any funny crystals
I know
anywhere?
animated cutscenes are a whole lot of work.
It's somewhere along. Oh hell no! I'm not staying here any longer.
Peters, I swear to God. Ugh. Come on, Space Guy. Let's get after him.
Now we have some
Just so you know,
mild
I don't
Indiana
think going
Jones
on the
shenanigans
rest of
going on.
the abandoned minecarts is a good idea.
What do you mean? What? Where is everyone? Where am I? Jay?
Oh, you finally got your signal, 84. I thought you were dead for a second. What happened to the detectives?
We'll worry about that later. First I gotta figure out where the hell am I.
That's just cool. It also comes at the right time where you get bored of the mining aesthetic. You get this ancient temple with the swimming mechanics. Not to explore here. I also like the color contrast. It's the usual blue and orange, but it works really well. I don't have a lot of commentary for this video because everything simply works and looks good. It's really nice to see this. As I said, if you want to try it for yourself, if this is something that appeals to you, you can just check out the description. There's a link for you. Interesting. That's the type of weapon I never use in these games. Dynamite. I will of course make an exception for this video.
You know, this seems like the kind of place I would find a time crystal in.
I suspect that too. Just be careful. This temple doesn't look like it would take kindly to strangers.
It's been really quiet for a while. I wonder when the next enemies are gonna show up. It would be cool to see some Tomb Raider-like dinosaurs, but that's completely. And here we go. Speak of the devil. Let's see. Those torches at the entrance of the temple would probably look a little better without the roof on top. That's a minor nitpick. And I'm dead. Yes.
You know, this seems like the kind of place I would find a time crystal.
And I'm back.
I suspect that
Reborn!
too. Just be careful. This temple doesn't look like it would take kindly to strangers.
Oh, I have to replay this again. Okay. Fine. Classic tricks for classic FPS. The enemies don't all fall for it immediately, which is also interesting. I mean, I know it's the Half-Life AI, but still, it's good to see. I play a lot of indie games that have really shitty AI, so it's interesting to see them be semi-competent. A lot more fun this way. I wonder if the game will have different weapons in different time zones, like we have the Thompson and the revolver now in the 1930s. Maybe there will be sci-fi weapons later on, or modern weapons. It'd be interesting to see how this progresses. This just looks cool. Nowhere to go. I like the reflection in the floor. I wonder if that is just a transparent floor and it repeats the architecture underneath. Level layout is really good too. I'm really tired of completely flat levels. You get a lot of that with Game Over projects. And as usual, the people who make the worst levels also have the most hubris about it. But what we see here is all really, really well done. Try out the dynamite. My favorite grenades are the stupid ones in Call of Duty where you can just spam them by pressing G. When you have to select throwable explosives and so forth, I never used it, except for maybe in boss levels. Where do I go? This must be frustrating for the creator of a game to watch, to just see the players stumble around not knowing what to do, when it's probably obvious. Loud truck outside. There's the brick. I don't see it yet, because I'm recording this afterwards. But there's a brick that looks a little different. You may have spotted it as well. If you're still watching this, of course. If you are. Thanks for sticking around with me. The water effect is really cool too. I like that it's slightly animated. I should have cut around the aimless wandering, cut out the aimless wandering, but I'm already recording voiceover for it, so I'm just gonna leave it in. And you get to see the lovely crafted level here. with the cool toon aesthetic. There it is. There it is. Found it. I told you it was going to be obvious. How did you get in here? Did that just break? Huh. My favorite kind of enemy, the catatonic type. Is it even an enemy at that point? Well, you never know. This just really plays like a lot of classic shooters. I'm thinking Half-Life, of course. I'm thinking Return to Castle Wolfenstein. Of course they respawn. No explanation what it's about the glowing eyes, but I'm pretty sure that's part of the story. You have to respect the classic level design, the way it sends you around, the way the levels are laid out. Pretty creative.
Jay, I think I found it. Is this it?
Yes.
The time crystal, look at it. Awesome.
I'll figure it out. I'm glad I'm finally done with this place.
It's just cool design. Severed arm here. Up, let's not touch the laser. Can I shut it off? No.
Alright, so what do I do with this thing?
Whoa.